I wanted to ask you, you said they invaded even I don't know if you used that word, but they basically invaded your father's home in Mar-A-Lago. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Sure.
I mean, I
Sure.
think I heard that you guys were away at the time. You and your dad were somewhere else, if I'm remembering my facts right. But I mean, did you feel like that was coming? Did you expect them, or was this a total shock, or what?
Steve, it was about 8:30 in the morning. I got a call. I was in my office in Trump Tower. I was there. My father was there. They knew, the FBI knew he wasn't in Florida. They knew based on his movements and Secret Service that he wasn't in Florida. I got a call from my guy saying the FBI's here. I said, okay, that's fine. We deal with law enforcement all the time as a family. I mean, obviously in the ecosystem that we're in, there's plenty of law enforcement around, and we absolutely adore them. And I go, okay, I don't see a problem with this. No, there's 30 agents here with the search warrant, and I said, wait a second, a search warrant? A search warrant for what? They want to go through every aspect of the house. And they're telling me right now that we have to kill all of our security cameras. Now, Mar-A-Lago is a big club. And I go, what do you mean they're telling us? They're telling us to immediately turn off all security cameras at Mar-A-Lago. And I go, I'm not turning off our security cameras. No, I'm not turning off our security. I go, tell them to wait till one of our lawyers gets there. We have a lawyer that lives 2 seconds away. And when she got there about 2 minutes later, they made her stand outside the front gates of Mar-A-Lago, wouldn't allow her on property. And I asked them, I go, did anybody tell my father? Like, did my father know about this? And it was my team calling me because obviously I run all our properties.
Right.
And it was just silence. And I go, I'll call him now. And I met with my father, a couple minutes after that in his office. And he drafted up that incredible tweet, which is, the FBI is rating, is now rating my beautiful Mar-A-Lago home. We've never seen. And I said that night I went on Sean Hannity, and you'll remember the FBI was saying that this was at the request of NARA. NARA is the National Records Administration in Washington, D.C., right? This was at the request. And I go, give me a break, Sean. Does anybody possibly believe that the FBI is going to send 30 armed agents into Mar-A-Lago at the request of a glorified library? Like, give me a break. No one believes this. I go,
Nobody believes that.
This came directly from Merrick Garland. It came directly from Joe Biden, crooked Joe Biden. And guess what? His economy at the time was horrible. Everything was horrible. The country was falling apart. And guess what? A year later, we found out, guess who we came from? Joe Biden. Exactly as we, and now I get to listen to these people every single day that Donald Trump is weaponizing the justice system when they indict Comey because he lied to Ted Cruz. Like, give me a break. It's so frustrating. But I go into this in the book. That was just another level of the siege. They wanted to raid our home. They went through Melania's closet.
I was going to ask you that.
Room.
Did they actually go in bedrooms and the whole thing?
Well, not only that, Steve, and I spent a lot of time talking about this in the book, not only did they go in bedrooms, her closet, Barron's room, they took medical records from my father. They took records that were attorney-client privileged from my father. They broke every oath that you have. Guess what? An attorney, they took his passports. They took everything. They took all his records. And then they planted folders, which they admitted to later. They planted top secret folders. You remember those pictures of the classified folders on the bedroom floor? They admitted that they planted those folders, that they brought them for effect. And so this was all part of the siege. It's all what I talk about in the book. And I was in those courtrooms every single day with my father as they read off felony convictions, all of which have been overturned since then because they were sham judges. They got overturned at the appellate division, but they wanted to take out our family. They wanted to take out the greatest political movement in history. A movement that seeks prosperity for this country, that believes in red, white, and blue, that believes in the national anthem, that believes in the Pledge of Allegiance, that believes in church and God in our society, and will fight back when they allow pot stores to be open, during COVID, and are mandating that churches be shut. It's insane. And because we stand up to the radical left, they try and kill us using any means possible, including physical violence at the very end, as you saw better than anybody. And this is the behind-the-scenes story of our family and that fight and how we as Americans ultimately won.